everyone, it's Zach back again with the interviews. I'm here with Young Culture this time, and only two of them.
Yeah, baby.
Only two of them. What are your guys' names? What do you guys do in the band?
My name is Gabe. I play guitar.
And my name's Alex. I sing in Young Culture. What's up?
Let's throw away the basic question. How'd you all meet?
Well, Alex and I met in middle school. We grew up in a place called Albany, New York, and we grew up in Guilderland, and it's in Albany, but we all went to different elementary schools, and then when sixth grade happened, all the elementary schools came together into one big middle school, and then by the end of sixth grade, I was like, dude, that Alex kid is so cool. I want to be his friend. I was like, yeah, he likes music. He looks cool.
That happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. So I think you second date of this tour with Blue Zine Streak and Parkside.
Yeah, just a little
And
run.
How's that going so far?
Awesome. We fucking hate Parkside, though, honestly.
Yeah.
No,
those are the
I'll
homies.
forward it to those guys.
No, they're the fucking homies. Those guys are one of our favorite peoples.
Yeah, we played Toronto last night at Sneaky D's, and that was a super fun show. Toronto's one of my favorite cities,
Yeah,
so
sure.
it's always fun going there. And then tonight at Doors Pub in Hamilton, always really good time. There's always tons of kids, and everyone in Hamilton is super nice. And then unfortunately Parkside can't play tomorrow, but we're in Michigan with the Losing Streak Boys, and those dudes are awesome too.
Yeah.
Awesome. So after this tour, speaking of tours, you guys go on a tour, off another tour with Belmont. Are you guys excited? Is there
Oh, so
expectations
soon.
at all?
So excited.
So
I
stoked.
have high expectations because we did a coast-to-coast tour about a month ago, and that was amazing. So now we're going back out west and doing the whole country again. So I'm I just can't wait for it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. And Belmont, those guys are, fucking awesome, too, so. All good people around. I can't say anything bad.
Always good people.
It's
Always
good to see the pop punk scene, always friendly people and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
for the
yeah.
most part, but it's just these guys, it just happens to be we love Parkside and we love the Belmont guys, so it's gonna be a great month. All
Yeah.
of May is just gonna be a big fun fest. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So you released an EP recently, Blue, and it features this is audio right now, but I'll throw probably a picture of the album up.
Cool.
What was the idea behind it? It's really cool.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. I guess the idea behind it was we just wanted to show everybody how mature our sound has gotten since we put out the first record, and so we just wanted to pick the best 5 songs that we thought would start to mold a sound as Young Culture.
Okay.
And so when we were out there recording it, we just wanted to make sure it was the best representation of how we have grown as a band, musically and sonically and everything like that.
Yeah, because our first EPU, we wrote pretty much when we were 14, 15 years old, recorded when we were 15, 16, and Blue wrote all those songs 17, 18. So it's it was a pretty big age gap in different sounds and stuff. So that's Blue. Yeah, I don't know.
So speaking of albums, you guys are I guess I saw recently that you guys are done recording
Yeah.
your new album. What can you tell us about the process? Is there any difference between this one and Blue?
Well, we just did one song, but I guess the process was I think we were more prepared in a sense when we were going into the studio, where we learned a lot from recording Blue and wanted to take what we learned and then apply it for the next time we were in the studio, and we just wanted to be very well prepared, so we had enough time in the studio to throw out more ideas and not be rushed or anything like that. So I think that's what's differentiating it, and I also think more mature sound too as well, and catchier hooks, cooler riffs. I think it's awesome.
Riff City.
Yeah.
I also saw on your social media you were hanging out with Derek, the singer of State Champs. I know he was featured in your first EP.
Yep.
Is he just hanging out with you guys? What is he doing?
No, well, Derek is one of our closest friends, but we first met him. He's from the same hometown as us, so we first met him when we first started hanging out, when we went out and recorded our first EP, and he's come out and pretty much done every project with us, just producing it, and he's an incredible producer, and we always like to have him along with us. So yeah, he comes out and it's always just amazing hangs, and obviously he's the best producer, so it's awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, like, speaking of Derek, how'd you meet him? Just being part of the scene, you met him?
I think through mutual friends.
Yeah.
I think we went out and recorded with the first record with Sam Pura, and somebody was like throwing out the idea. One of our friends threw out the idea, like, yo, like, it'd be sick if Derek, like, he wants to get into the producing game, and like you guys are about to record, like, it'd be sick if he was there for it. And like ever since then, it's just kind of like we clicked, and like whenever we're home from a tour or he's home from a tour, we always just hit each other up and chill and talk about music and just kind of kick it. And so like every time we go into the studio, he's always like down to come with and just help. I mean, he loves making music, so he just wants to make music all the time.
Cool. So being a band from New York, how's the music scene there? Is it great? Is there a little competition, or how's it in general?
Not too great, honestly.
Great? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Especially where we're from, you know, there's not many bands like us, so it's always kind of hard. But I mean, like, for us, whenever we play our hometown, like, it usually does really well, you know what I mean? Like, I think that the people hopefully like us there, you know what I mean? But there really aren't, like, a lot of bands that are like us there.
Growing up, like, we were the only really band in our high school and stuff like that. Like, there were maybe, like, 2 or 3 other, like, local bands, and then it kind of just fizzled out. And like there's still a bunch of sick bands, like shout out Viewpoints and Perfect Score, like those guys are all killing it in like the Albany scene. But like there's also not as many like cool venues, like a lot of them shut down and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's the same thing with Hamilton here. A bunch of like venues.
Yeah,
right, because there's either like a really small venue like Doors, or probably like a big ass venue that like don't pull like.
It's still like sad seeing like some of my favorite venues just like
dude,
sucks,
away.
man. Sucks.
Yeah, that happened to us too, and like our stomping grounds got like shut down.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah, but I mean it's all good. We make it work. We honestly like don't even really play Albany as much as we used to, but like every time we do, it's like super special and makes us feel really good. And it's always just like a bunch of friends and family coming out. It's awesome.
Awesome. So for you guys individually, what is your inspiration? Like, what inspired you to do music and everything?
I've been playing music like since I was a kid, because my older brother, he's like 10 years older than me, and he always was like listening to pop punk in the house and stuff. And like I never really listened to any music that like my parents listened to. It was more so like stuff that he listened to. So like grew up, like my favorite band was Fall Out Boy, and like I love like the Starting Line and stuff. But as I got older, like the 1975 is like one of my favorite bands. Like they really influenced my music a lot, and like we love hip hop and shit, you know, like so it's just a lot of that stuff, you know, like anything that like is really like culturally like sick that we like, you know, we always try to incorporate that in our music, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, like, Alex actually is the one that got me into playing music and stuff, and really, like, listening to it as much as I do now. When I was growing up, I was, like, huge into skateboarding, and then, like, I got involved with Alex in middle school, like, playing music and stuff, and then, like, once we started playing shows and booking our own shows, like, that's what was, like, the driving force to me was, like, wow, this is so sick, like, we're on a stage, like we have like these like we're playing out of these big PAs, even if it's like a shitty venue. It was like really, really cool and really rewarding for me. But like, so then that's like what kind of like made me stick with it. And then now like I just take influence from like Alex said, like we love the 1975 and like the hip hop and just like culture and everything about it. And like we take that like sonically we'll take influence, and then also like culturally and like image wise we'll take influence from like a whole different spectrum of things. So
yeah, I can say anything about Alex, my older brother. You're saying earlier that you probably met before. You probably met my older brother.
Yeah.
But like a lot of it's crazy how like your siblings kind of shape what you listen to. So the same thing with my brother. He like first time I heard like the newest pop punk bands like Story So Far, I heard it like blasting in his room, like, oh, what's this? So like and like Under Soil and Dirt's like one of my favorite albums.
Dude, Story is one of my favorite pop punk.
Yeah, no, me too for sure. But yeah, it's funny that you say that, because I feel like, you know, a lot of people feel that way, but especially since my brother was so much older, I was like, yo, Adam, what are you listening to, man? Like, he'd be like, man, nothing for you, dude. Like, you know.
You don't want to hear this, Alex.
You won't understand it.
This isn't good, Alex. You don't understand. You're too young.
Right.
So you've been on a couple tours here and there. So you have any tips in general for anyone who wants to start touring at all?
As far as like booking shows,
or just like,
or like when they're on tour.
Like
if you're taking out a van, definitely get it inspected and stuff before the tours because
dude.
So
you
no, like,
don't want that
like
shit to break.
breakdowns,
Yeah, you don't
dude.
want to break
We've
down.
had some like scary times with like we've had like really bad tire issues. Like
Really?
we've always
Oh,
had
man.
like tire trailers pop and everything. It's happened twice, and we just get stuck on the highway, and that blows. So always have a spare tire. You know, just bring sleeping bags.
Yeah,
and-
definitely.
and-
Be prepared to sleep very uncomfortably, especially if you're doing it at like the level that we're doing it. Unless you just pop off and get really famous, then kudos to you. You know,
yeah, true.
you don't know the struggle. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so while you're on tour, is there any favorite tour memories you guys have?
So many of them.
Yeah, I think just like tour in general is just so much fun.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of cool things. It's always just stuff in the van. Like shit just always happens in the van through the long drives and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like me and Gabe talk about it. Like we both like went to college for a year and we fucking hated it, you know. And so now it's like to be like doing this full time, it just feels so right. And it's like we just hate being home, you know. We're like, oh, we're like ready
We're
to
like
be on
itching,
tour, you know?
itching to get out and like start playing these shows. That's why I'm so excited for like. I was so eager to like have May come around because like we're gone for, I think like 25 days out of the month. So it's gonna be good. I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun times coming up and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what are some of the music you guys listen to right now on tour? Any jams?
Current jams right now.
Should I check my phone?
Yeah, I was like,
All right.
what's been the new jams lately,
Dude,
bro?
honestly, the past 2 nights I've been falling asleep listening to that one Forever the Sickest Kids album, which is like super lame, but like
Yeah, the new Post album, new
Oh,
Post
the
Malone.
yeah,
Which favorite song off it?
Oh, Rich and Sad, or Zach and Cody. And those,
Zach
are,
and Cody's-
those are the ones.
I like that Paranoid song, the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, J. Cole, new
J.
J.
Cole,
Cole.
yeah.
J. Cole's good. Travis Scott just put out a new song with Kanye and Lil Uzi. That's just good.
Yep. Nothing Nowhere.
Nothing.
Ruiner.
Oh yeah.
I've been fucking with
dude.
that.
I discovered him like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, why am I missing out on him?
Yeah,
He's so
right.
good. Yeah,
Honestly, I've just been getting into that new Movements album
Yeah.
a lot more lately too. They're really fuckwittable.
I'm trying to think. Always Drake. I always listen to Drake. Especially when we're in Toronto, like
yeah. The toe, baby.
Yo, we're the 6 Weeks Drake. Is it tough to see in tower?
Yo, where is he at?
Turnstile, Time and Space.
Time
That's
and
just
Space,
new.
yeah.
That's cool.
All right, awesome. What do you guys like to do after, like, besides like touring? What do you guys do when you're at home?
I mean,
We both work. I'm a waiter at a restaurant right now, and I won't say I like doing that, but I definitely do it.
yeah. we chill. We work on music. We go to the gym a lot.
Yeah, we both work out.
I got fired, so I used to be a barista at like a local coffee shop. It was dope. I liked it there, but they weren't cool with like the time off I was taking. Yeah, so I've been looking for jobs.
All right, so what's next for you guys besides this new song coming out? What else is new?
We got the new song coming out. I would say like new merch and you know, but there's a lot of behind the scenes things that are like happening, which are
For
really
sure.
cool. That like people will see in general once it happens.
Yeah, just trying to get girls to like me. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been
Alex is kind of nervous around females.
never talked to one before.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, please contact me.
You can contact Alex at 5 or.
All right, that's everything. Thank you guys for doing this. I'm excited to see what you guys do in the future.
Thank you.